On Saturday, there were demonstrations across the country, bringing attention to the disturbing spike in violence against Asian Americans over the last year, as documented by police departments from New York to Los Angeles. Police have not drawn a link between that trend and the spa shootings in Georgia this week, but the terrible events in and around Atlanta have shined a new light on an old problem in America. NBC's Ling takes a closer look in our Sunday Focus.
Of the 8 victims tragically killed in the Atlanta mass shooting, 6 were women of Asian descent. They were entrepreneurs, mothers, and so much more. While investigators say it's too early to determine the suspect's motive, the tragedy is intensifying an already painful rise of violence against Asian Americans over the last year, prompting many members of the community to speak out.
Today, I feel grief and rage.
This is terrorism, and this is a hate crime. Stop killing us.
The deadly violence in Atlanta unfolding as anti-Asian hate crime rose nearly 150% in America's biggest cities last year. The spike playing out in disturbing videos.
Go back to whatever Asian country you belong in.
And horrifying violence against Asian Americans like 84-year-old Wichar Ratanapakdi, pushed to his death while on a walk last month in California. Experts who testified before Congress this week,
we're all Americans,
attribute the increase in anti-Asian sentiment in part to former President Trump's rhetoric.
Kung flu, China plague, or the China virus.
As President Biden tried once again to turn the tide on anti-Asian hate in Atlanta on Friday.
Words have consequences.
Do you believe that President Biden is able to reverse that?
It is going to be hard because President Trump did it for a whole year.
Although no motive has been determined in the Atlanta shootings, in the eyes of Representative Judy Chu, chair of the Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus, the tragedy is inextricably linked to growing anti-Asian hate nationwide.
To me, this is a hate crime. I'm actually really concerned that if this is not deemed a hate crime, that this will be swept under the rug. But I think it's also a crime of misogyny.
Scholars and experts are urging investigators to resist oversimplifying the intent.
We don't live in a world where we live in a race box, and then we live in a world with the gender box, etc. One of the powerful ways in which they overlap is the way in which Asian and Asian American women have been stereotyped, fetishized, and exoticized as objects of sexual desire.
Do you think law enforcement is properly equipped to look at this in a way that's multi-layered, that's intersectional?
I think there definitely could be improvement in the education of law enforcement, but also the education of the American public more broadly. It's just so important to center and to listen to Asian American women's voices and experiences. Because if we did that, there is no divorcing race and racism from these acts of misogyny and the murder of women.
And Joe joins me now live. Joe, good morning. It's good to see you. Asian American leaders and activists argue race cannot be separated from incidents like the shootings in Georgia this week, no matter the motive. So is that a suggestion then that hate crime laws need to be changed or updated?
Willie, good morning. It's good to see you, too. You know, new action on hate crimes is something President Biden says he brought up during his meeting with Asian American leaders in Atlanta on Friday. So far, he's urged Congress to improve the federal response to hate crimes by passing the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act. That could help with reporting and documenting these incidents nationwide. But at the state level, hate crime laws really vary widely, state by state. Some do cover ethnicity and gender identity, and some do not. So the killing of 6 Asian women in Atlanta, the tragedy there, putting new pressure on lawmakers to change that as soon as possible, Willie.
Something's got to change here. Joe, thanks so much. Great report. We appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.